In today's video, I'll be talking about massive crypto news in the US and Ethereum price pump. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another crypto video. If you guys like this kind of content, daily crypto news, please give me a subscribe and comment down below. Of course, it helps the channel, as you guys know. But today we'll be talking about massive crypto news in the US and an Ethereum price pump. Things are starting to look up for Ethereum. Also, guys, if you want an absolutely free affiliate marketing course, the link is down below in the description. So, let's see. Before we get into the news, let's go over to CoinGecko, take a quick look at the markets. We have, in the past 24 hours, things have been green, as you can see. We're looking real nice. The past hour, things have cooled off just a little bit. Ethereum's finally up 10.8% over the past 7 days, 14.3%. Bitcoin's finally up a couple $100, 2% overall in the past 24 hours, looking real nice. So it's looking like things are finally catching up for the big dogs, Bitcoin and Ethereum. 24 hours, Nest broken top 100 at number 99 with a 33.5% jump, 78% over 7 days. Crazy. Kusama is another one, making big gains, 29.2%, 68% over 7 days. Digibyte's making some nice gains at 21%. So overall, looking pretty nice here. Chainlink did some recovering, and they've been bouncing back and forth between $7.50 and $8. I actually don't think they're quite went over $8, but Chainlink was getting pretty close. Losers for the day, Ampleforth is cooling off a bit, 20% drop. iExec RLC down 14.3%. Might be two good coins to look at with this pullback. All right, let's get into some news. We'll start with banks in the U.S. can now offer crypto custody services, a regulator says. So this is massive news for all of cryptocurrency, especially in the U.S. So basically, the Office of the Comptroller of Currency is letting all nationally chartered banks in the U.S. provide custody services for cryptocurrencies, which is insane. So this just means, I guess there's two lines of thought when it comes to this, is that, you know, the whole point of cryptocurrencies is to get away from the banks, but it's inevitable that the banks are going to get involved somehow. And if the banks are involved, it'll be more mainstream investors will get in, which for the people who want decentralization, like you and me, it's good for us, it's good for our holdings, it's good for mass adoption. So this is massive news. Every day there's news that comes out that's just pointing toward crypto being the now and the future, and just being like incredibly massive. So the letter marks a major development for the crypto industry. Previously, custody was the province of specialist firms such as Coinbase, which typically needed a state license such as a trust charter to offer the service to large investors. Now, large regulated financial companies that already provide similar safekeeping services for stock certificates and the like could enter the fray. So, again, big news. This is massive stuff coming out of the U.S. So moving on to Ethereum. So Ethereum's price, we just talked about it, is finally going up, but Ethereum whales have sent to exchanges $182 million in likely pre-pump positioning. So the big question is why is this Ethereum getting moved back on to exchanges? So are they gonna sell the Ethereum once it pumps a little higher? Or do you think that maybe they're looking to get into some positions of some other altcoins? It kind of seems like maybe they're going to try to dump some Ethereum once the price gets a little higher. But anyways, it says major investors in the biggest altcoin Ether likely moved almost 200 million to exchanges in a fresh hint that price volatility will now hit. Data from on-chain analytics resource Santiment on July 23rd suggests that 700,000 ETH made its way to exchange wallets in just 3 days this week. Crazy stuff. ETH transfers forewarning of the pump. The movements coincided with known non-exchange wallet balances declining by roughly that figure, implying that whales are preparing to sell or trade ETH en masse. So here's a quote. Nearly 700,000 ETH were moved by the top 100 whales in the past 3 days. Over this time, the combined balance of the top 100 non-exchange ETH addresses shrank by almost 700k ETH, or about 182.7 million. So crazy stuff. I'll be interested to see what exactly happens with that. Are we going to see ETH go up? Are we going to see it go down? Or maybe nothing. Maybe they're just getting ready to get into some other altcoins, like I said earlier. I'm going to jump into one more quick story here before I finish this off. Very interesting. So NBA star sells just 10% of tokenized contracts. So Brooklyn Nets star Spencer Dinwiddie offered tokenized shares of his NBA contract. Well, it really didn't go all too hot. So Spencer Dinwiddie has had a very disappointing response to his offering of tokenized shares in his $34 million contract with the National Basketball Association. The token sale concluded almost 1 year after he had first announced his intention to issue security tokens representing fractionalized ownership in his NBA contract. You know, stuff like this it's cool news when it first comes out. Oh, people are adopting, when sports people are trying to tokenize different things, or people tokenize art or the comic books or whatever the case may be. But this one kind of fell flat on its face. So the Brooklyn Nets guard aimed to sell 90 shares worth $13.5 million. But for deregulatory filings submitted to the US Securities and Exchange Commissions, reveals that only 9 shares were issued on exchange for $1.35 million, a mere 10% of his target. After announcing his intention to issue tokenized shares in his contract during September 2019, Dinwiddie faced stiff opposition from the NBA, which initially threatened to terminate Dinwiddie's contract should he proceed with the sale. So there were signs the sale wasn't going too well. In May, Dinwiddie also launched an unsuccessful crowdfunding campaign seeking to sell the contract for the cash equivalent 2,635.8 bitcoins, equating to $24.6 million at the time. Yeah, it didn't go too well, but I figured it was worth mentioning this story. And also, Dinwiddie will not be participating in the NBA because he tested positive for coronavirus. So not a good year for the Nets player. But anyway, if you guys like today's content, give me a like. Comment down below what you thought of the Ethereum pump. What do you think is going to happen with Ethereum? Do you think those whales are getting ready to buy or trade, which will either force maybe ETH to go up or down? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, what do you think of the US banks allowing crypto? Huge news. What do you think about it? We'll see you guys tomorrow.